Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage LifeVantage Chief Executive Officer Darren Jensen.
Glad you came.
Just a few short months ago, at our global convention in Salt Lake City, I used this time to introduce to our LifeVantage family the focusing of our corporate mission, which is to biohack the aging code, and our vision of helping 1 million people live a life activated. And today, I want to take this time to talk with you about the next phase of our transformation. I want to talk to you about the future. First, we must come to the realization that the future is not some date that we don't know of. The future is now, okay? Euromonitor recently took a look at our industry, and they made a very important statement, which I think is very apt to where we're seeing our industry now, industry-wide. They said, blind adherence to the trends of the past, no matter how well-intentioned, can limit future development. So today I want to talk to you about the past versus the future, and about old versus new, about progressing versus regressing. We started with an effective, unique, patented, scientifically proven product that is generations ahead of its time and of the competition. You see, health products have evolved and will continue to evolve in generations. The first generation primarily addressed the problem of deficiency. For example, if you had scurvy due to the lack of vitamin C, that's what the first generation solved. The second generation of nutritional supplements primarily tackles prevention. How do we keep from getting illness, and should we take higher doses to optimize health? The third generation of nutritional substances, or third generation of nutritionals, tries to optimize diversity, meaning scientists began to tap into the benefits of potential and powerful superfoods. The fourth generation of product concentrates on targeted delivery with nanotechnology. So where does that leave us now? The most recent and newly emerging fifth generation of nutritional supplements truly begins to open up the possibility of biohacking the aging code through nutrigenomics. Okay? And it's not until you get to the fifth generation that you begin to focus on genomics. And here's why this is important. You have all of these other companies out there that are focusing on generations 1 through 3 because that's what's currently out there on the market. And that's what you're supposed to do, meaning that they're adhering to these blind traditions of the past. And as a matter of fact, as you go into stores, generations 1 through 3 of nutritional supplements are about the only supplements you can buy. So as you can see, this is truly the blind adherence we've been talking about earlier. We've said, you know, as a company, we said, we know where the future is headed. We will not blindly adhere to the current trends. And as a matter of fact, we're going to preactively skip several generations of these earlier technologies and go right after genomics and biohacking the aging code, okay? So what does that mean for us? That means as a company, we are in completely uncharted territory. As a matter of fact, we face virtually no competition. And as a company, we're accelerating the pace of our innovation so that we're always generations ahead. And in addition to just coming out with these generation advancing technologies, we're also creating a life activated for everyone on the planet through our opportunity of network marketing. So this competitive advantage of merging nutrigenomics with the unmatched power of the economic engine of network marketing, continues to transform LifeVantage's vision. And it is as if we were pushing a giant flywheel. If you don't know what a flywheel is, it's a heavy wheel that you've got to push hard to get it moving. And once you get it moving, though, it almost sustains itself in motion. And we're starting to feel the effects of this momentum. Momentum that started with a revolutionary product called ProTandem NRF2. That momentum that was continued when we expanded the technology into NRF1, TrueScience, Physique, Axio, and PetTandem. And as we open up new markets around the world, our momentum continues to increase and grow in velocity. Here's a simple truth. There's no such thing as staying in one place. We're either progressing or we're falling behind. And the world around us is moving whether or not we decide to move ourselves. So there is no middle ground. We either move with it and hopefully ahead of it, or we let it pass us by. So let's take a look at the world around us and observe how it is moving today. For instance, to say that the way that people communicate and interact today with information is different than what it was 10 years ago, or 5 years ago, or even 2 years ago would be an understatement. How many of you remember writing letters? I don't like paper, like Ryan Goodwin. I don't like it. And I have terrible handwriting, so I like to type. Or how many of you remember connecting to email with AOL? I mean, they made a movie about it. You've got mail. I'd get so tired of that today because I get about 1,000 emails a day. Or how many of you remember writing a text message with the number pad? It's like, man, that's insane to do. Or the first time you had email on a BlackBerry, or having to use Skype to make a video call instead of just FaceTiming. Things aren't just changing, they're transforming and doing so at an exponential pace. As a matter of fact, a few weeks ago, I had dinner with 2 CEOs of major network marketing companies located in Utah, as well as with the president of the Direct Selling Association. And I'm wondering if you can guess what the topic was. It was change. The DSA president made this statement to us. He posed a question. He said, at the rate of transformation that we're experiencing within our industry, is the name of our association, the Direct Selling Association, reflective of business today? He said, should we change it? Should we update it? And he gave us some examples of other organizations that had updated. And each of the CEOs began to weigh in on their thoughts. When it was my turn, I told him that I believed our industry has reached an inflection point. I further explained that I don't claim to know about what the long-term evolution of this industry is going to be. I mean, I'm not Nostradamus, right? I don't know where it's going. But if we do change the name, it must reflect where we're going to be, not now, but where we're going to be 5 or 10 years from now. And I told him that I believe that we're headed towards what I called social entrepreneurialism, which is an army of micro-influencers that drive brands. While I still don't know what the new industry name should be, and if any of you have any suggestions, feel free to send them to me, I do think that this is where it's headed. And a lot of this transformation revolves around new technology and all of you. Now, I'm going to be blunt or very straightforward for a few seconds, so I'll ask for your forgiveness in advance. If you don't understand technology, it isn't necessarily the company's responsibility to find a non-technological way for you to do something, okay? You are a social entrepreneur, and this is literally your business. Now, most importantly, this is the way that business is done today, and it's the way that business is going to be done in the future. Now, we will teach you, we will train you, and we will build the tools and we will put them in your hands. But as a company, we're not going backwards. It's not in our DNA as a company, okay? And just like what we've done with the product line, how we've expanded and transformed and continued to roll out the technology, we're also upgrading the DNA of our company. As a matter of fact, the largest investment the company is making at this time is into new technology. And we're among the first pioneers that will be integrating artificial intelligence and machine learning technologies into our business, okay? We're advancing LifeVantage to keep pace with the new ways people are interacting, communicating, and engaging with each other and buying. We're focusing our efforts on reducing friction between corporate and the field and between you and your customers. So here's the thing. We can either transform or we can get left behind like the rest of the Walking Dead out there. The Walking Dead are the companies that I say don't transform at this important inflection point in the industry because they make a decision that will doom them in years to come. So I call them the Walking Dead. There is no middle ground. So let me talk to you about what we're currently doing to transform, and let me remind you, these are only the pre-phases to our phase 1 rollout in November. So the first thing, the brand new enrollment process that Ryan went through earlier at the technology seminar. We've created a new enrollment process. It's simpler, it's easier, it's built to help you enroll new distributors in a matter of seconds. You remember the days of filling out paper enrollments or sitting next to someone as they went through 20 steps to enroll, only to get frustrated when not finish at step 15 because they couldn't figure it out, okay? Those days are history. Now we can send you a text, and in 4 simple steps, you are a business owner. We've spoken about this on several occasions, and Ryan and his technology team have done an amazing job building it. Even though it's simple enough to grasp and at first glance, they're online ensuring even the tech-adverse people know how to use it. I think Ryan says that his goal is to make something so easy that his mother can do it. Okay? This is a part of a massive investment into machine learning and artificial intelligence. We have the opportunity that's letting people form incredible businesses and live a life activated. People want better, healthier lives. We have what people want. It's just up to us to share it with them in a way that they can see it for what it is. If you want to reach millions of people, head to social media. If you want to make life easier on yourself and your distributors and your customers, get creative and utilize tools available to you. Here's what I want to stress. We're not just talking about tactics. We're trying to move an extremely large ship in a philosophical new direction. This big ship of LifeVantage, and you here, each and every one of you, you guys are the rudder to that ship, okay? We need your help to steer it. Thank you. Now, Rear Admiral Grace Hopper helped develop one of the earliest computers. She was one of the first people who developed computer programming languages. She once said, the most dangerous phrase in language is, "We've always done it this way." And I agree. We simply cannot afford to be doing things the way we have. If you're still conducting your business in the same way that was done in the 80s or in the 90s, you could be doing better. If you attended convention this year, you heard us talking at length about biohacking. We're doing something that no other direct selling company is. We're on the forefront of nutrigenomics and on the forefront of a cutting-edge business opportunity. And we're utilizing next generation technology to biohack our lives. This is not a soft trend, this is a hard trend. This is where the world is headed, and we're leading the charge. Because why follow when you can lead? I mean, look around. None of us here is a follower. If you were, you would be content to work in a cubicle and sit on a couch. But everyone in here felt the need to find a different way. Everyone in here is looking to make a difference in the world and help others live a life activated. Everyone in here thinks differently. You are leaders, you're not followers, and this is one of the many reasons why I love this LifeVantage family. Because deep down, we all know that at the rate the world is changing, it's not survival of the fittest, it's survival of the fastest. Okay? So here's the deal. You can be sure that at corporate we'll continue to provide you with the best tools possible. We will relentlessly pursue excellence in products, tools, and technology we provide to you so you can stay on the cutting edge. We will always be a partner you can count on. The other side is up to you. If our leadership in the field, if all of you here aren't moving with the times, if you're not finding new ways of doing things, if you're not constantly learning and reinventing yourselves as entrepreneurs, the rest of our company won't either, because your actions duplicate. So I can't reiterate this enough. We're a big company and we can't always communicate with everyone individually, but with social media, we can all connect quickly. Blind adherence to the trends of the past, no matter how well-intentioned, can limit future development. We need to more fully adopt a growth mindset. We all need to become comfortable with being uncomfortable. That's how we're going to move forward and separate ourselves from the blind adherence to the trends of the past. Our goal is to move proactively forward, and we need your help because we are not going back. We aren't Sisyphus, we are LifeVantage. Thank you, everyone. Enjoy Elite Academy. Thank you.